evening, ladies as well as gentlemen, or happy random Thursday if you are not in the United States. We're playing a warrior here. This is a really strong deck. Haven't played any mages yet, though, so we'll see how it goes. No, but I expect this to go to 6 wins. I'm fully prepared to eat my crow if I am wrong. And I haven't seen any extra success in a while. Like, a lot of my recent arenas all ended at 6 wins. That's kind of my big hump. And we'll see how this one can do. Jetski the Hunter. Happy to face a Hunter here. Not that Hunters never beat me. It's just that, you know, I haven't seen one in a long time. So it'd be nice to have some variety. Okay, well, here I definitely want to send that back. The question is, do I keep my 4-drops? These are not like the most impressive 4-drops ever, but being the second player, I can play this on turn 2, coin them out on turn 3, and then play the other on turn 4. So I've got like my curve here. But you know what? I think I'd actually send them both back. It'd be nice to get some like real 2-drops. And, well, I regret it now very heavily, because this stuff, notice how these warrior spells, they like work really well together, but they're just awful right here. They don't do anything for me. Ah, South Sea Deckhand. So if I keep it until after I play the Fiery War Axe, I might be able to use it as surprise removal. And I'm actually just going to play this thing now, though. My opponent's a Hunter, he can't just, like, kill it with his hero ability, and I may even, like, coin out a Shutterstone Cleric, buff this up, and attack with it, is the thing. So I want him to already be on the board. Okay, well, he plays a Buzzard. Well, I don't know exactly what's going on in my opponent's hand, so I can't confidently say that he messed up. But I'm inclined to say that playing a Buzzard on turn 2 in front of a South Sea Deckhand is a mistake. I mean, if your Buzzard's just going to die to your opponent's 2-1, then you might as well just keep it around later and hope to draw some beasts with it so you can at least get some cards at the same time. Now, perhaps what my opponent was thinking is that, you know, why not, like, play the Buzzard, let it trade against the South Sea Deckhand. Maybe my opponent, because he played this 1-drop, is playing super aggro. It's a reasonable decision. So let's go ahead and just put this out, buff my dude, and swing for 3. I've seen warriors in this situation, like, swing at the face with the Fiery War Axe. That's totally wrong, in my opinion. I think you should just wait. Now, I've got a combo here on the next turn. I can play Cruel Taskmaster and then Rampage on my South Sea Deckhand. This guy is really bringing home the bacon. So the question is that worth it? This thing would go down to 1. It'd be a 6-4. This Tiger could then kill it off. It seems a bit silly. But what else am I doing with my life here? I'm not really doing anything, am I? Well, see, this guy dies anyway to the Tiger, so I might as well just, like, draw a card, then Cruel Taskmaster this up and swing for lots. All right, we'll do that. We'll play Novice Engineer. Let's see if I draw something that changes my opinion. No. Not really. Yeah, we'll just do this. Send this bad guy back to work. Swing for 5. So my opponent probably thinks I have an aggro deck here. I think he's going to be very disappointed shortly here. The one disadvantage of this play is he's obviously going to use this Tiger to kill my South Sea Deckhand, or at any rate, the South Sea Deckhand's going to die. Explosive Shot. Well, that wipes my board pretty good. Shoot. That sucks. Okay, well, Silverhand Knight is actually perfect. I was going to coin out the Archmage, but here we'll just kill off the Panther, and we'll fill up the board here. I'd say my opponent weathered things pretty well. We actually took equal damage from me hitting stuff with my axe and him getting a swipe in with his Panther. So I'd say that my aggro start didn't really work out all that well. Plus I have all these wacky warrior spells that just don't really work. I could have made one of or more of them work. It just didn't ever quite come together. This sucks. So I can't damage this thing. This sucks. Well, I'm not gonna let that live, so I'm gonna do this. It's a bit risky. I'm definitely going down there on health, that's for sure. But I get to put this Tiger out. And my hero ability counters his, so it might work out. These warrior spells, I really wish I had just had the cards I started with. The Gnomish Inventor and the Charging Knight would have been way better than these. I mean, I guess I would have drawn these anyway, and then I wouldn't have seen my Tiger. But I think if I had had those cards, they were much better than these. So Battle Rage might just need to be a 2-mana draw card. It might need to be... Oh, geez. So if this is Freezing Trap, that would suck so much donkey anus. I can't even begin to explain it. I could try to bait out the Freezing Trap with the Squire. You know, I'm going to do that. I think I have to go for it. Because if this is Freezing Trap and my Tiger gets frozen back into my hand, I pretty much just lose the game. So we're going to do this. It sucks if it's not Freezing Trap, but I got to go for it. It's not Freezing Trap. Okay, well, we'll do this. A Battle Rage would draw me a couple of cards. I think Rampage is actually more important, though. Let's make this guy really big. And we'll play a Tiger. I think that's important too because it means if he's a deadly shot, this thing doesn't just auto-die. So, it's not Freezing Trap, it's not Snake Trap, it's not a Snipe actually, so I think it's probably an Explosive Trap. That seems to be extremely probable at this stage. Dare I say, juncture. He just drew a card off the Novice Engineer. I'll probably be killing this with my Stealthy Tiger to make Battle Rage draw me 3 cards. I think that would help. Assuming he doesn't just burn me out, getting cards is going to help a lot in this game, because he does have a bit of card advantage. Wow, he plays like one of the worst cards in the game. I'm not going to complain about that for sure. Stormwind Champion, very tempting. But let's first kill his threat. This thing will then die to that Explosive Trap that he has, even with the Stormwind Champion's health, unfortunately. That's sad. But I can't let this live, obviously, so I'm just going to kill it. And let's draw a card before we do anything else. Interesting. So I could play this. No, I don't. I want to first trigger the Explosive Trap, don't I? I'm just thinking if there's a way to save this. I mean, I could save this. I could easily save this if I Shattered Sun Cleric and then play Stormwind Champion on the next turn. Then this thing will actually survive. And I think it's important to try to preserve as many of my creatures as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to... I think I need to armor up every turn too, just in case. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll play... Oh, but hang on. If I don't put the Shattered Sun Cleric down right now, then I can't play it and the Stormwind Champion next turn. Shoot. Okay, what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll kill off his creature. We'll armor up. And we'll pass the turn. So I've got a very ferocious board at 15 health. Man, barring some kind of really crazy Hunter combo thing, I should be able to live. And so next turn at 9 mana, I plan to armor up. Ah, well, multi-shot ruins my fun. And of course it hits my 2 creatures that die to it, because of course it does. Oh, that's actually really bad luck. Well, if it had hit this, even with the Stormwind Champion's health, this thing still would have died, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so he's played 3 of these Panthers. I don't think this card is that good. I think he messed up a little bit playing that many of them. Okay, so first we've triggered the Explosive Trap. Yep, thought as much. Swing for 8. I think no matter what else I do, I need to armor up this turn. I just can't let him hit me down to 7. And also, you know, what can I win by charging in? 3, 6. I need 1 more mana. It would have been close. I can do like 4 damage, but not enough. If I play them both, they can both charge, but then I don't have enough mana to play anything else. Alright, we're gonna do, we're gonna armor up for sure. And I'm gonna draw a card. Frothing Berserker. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play one of them. So that allows me to sneak 2 extra damage in, threatening the kill. I'm at 13 health. This hits me down to 9. This hits me down to 7. A Hunter could very well kill me here. Like, if he has King Crush, he'll probably just... Well, no, he can't hear a Steady Shot me and use a King Crush. 8 plus 4 is 12. I'd be at 1 health if he played King Crush here. But anyway, now he has to respect the fact that my creature's all charged, so I'm hoping... Oh, no! Oh, it killed the right creature. Thank goodness. Okay, so he left my Charger alive, which makes a lot of sense. But... I can't kill this thing unless I charge with my Stormwind Champion. Well, let's take a look very carefully. Can I win right now? Let's see. If I play the Stormwind Champion and say the Frothing Berserker, I can run in with the Stormwind Champion. This will be a 4/4. 4 plus 2 is 6. No. Oh, no, wait. Stormwind Champion. This will be a 5/4. 5 plus 2 is 7. Ah, he's down to 1 health. If I play like this... and this, that's 6, and this. I still have to throw 2 creatures into that thing to kill it, which makes the Frothing Berserker get really big. Oh, let's try this out. I think this might work. So we'll use this and this. Yeah, I think I did this right. My instincts did not lead me awry. We can get the kill right now. That was a pretty good game. I'm happy with how that went. My opponent got me down pretty low, But I made some good decisions there, I think, with those Warsong Commanders. I think I also made some good decisions in the beginning, like playing the South Sea deckhand on turn 1 rather than trying to wait for it. I had a Fiery War Axe in my hand, so I think some people would have waited and try to like use the Fiery War Axe and then the South Sea deckhand, but I think playing it out was the right move. So I made some good calls, perhaps I made some bad ones. It was a bit of a complicated game, actually. There was some stuff going on, because when your life total gets low, it really complicates things. You have to weigh your risks very carefully. But overall, I'd say that I felt pretty strong through most of that game. Alright, anyway, this deck has been performing very well. We have not seen any mages yet, so we'll find out, I'm sure, when we do run up against a mage, how good the deck really is. Like I've said in my last run, with mages, I'm coming to believe you can't really play like... Oh, you can't really play around a mage. You just need to pick away and just hope that the mage does not have the cards needed to counter what you chose to do. It's just a lot of hoping, not so much strategizing. Alright, Celestian the Priest is up here. So I'll keep a South Sea deckhand as a turn 1 play. We'll send back the Rampage, because it's not immediately useful. And this, well, So basically the Cruel Taskmaster is a bit of a non-bow on the South Sea deckhand for sure, because obviously you can't buff this guy, it will just die. This is the case where the Cruel Taskmaster is not as good as a Dark Iron Dwarf. Dark Iron Dwarf can buff this, the Cruel Taskmaster cannot. Well, what the Cruel Taskmaster can do is kill that Leper Gnome, which I will do with great happiness and joy. Back to work in your grave. I am like the worst at like trash talking in this game. Back to work in your grave, loser. Anyway, we're gonna see what my opponent has for 2 mana. It's a coin play. Could be scary. Could be a 3 toughness creature. It is, well, it is a 3 toughness creature. I think I need to use Rampage here. God, I cannot say that word normally anymore. You guys all ruined me. I'm gonna use Rampage. I could play a Frothing Berserker as well, but let's do this while it's hot. And swing. So Shadow Word Death would kill this now, of course. That would be very sad, admittedly. But I think it was still a decent enough move. Shadowstone Cleric, well, it's decent play. It doesn't actually make any difference, but it's still, I think, a good move for my opponent here. Battle Rage would draw me 2 cards? I don't think so. We'll just play the Frothing Berserker, and we'll kill off the bigger of these creatures. So it's an interesting situation. I'm kind of hanging on by a thread, I would say, but strictly speaking, my opponent can't kill this without some more help. And if he just goes ahead and kills my Cruel Taskmaster, then this guy gets really, really large. He whipped out a card really fast, so I think he has a good answer here, like another Shattered Sun Cleric or a Dark Iron Dwarf. Knife Juggler. That's a risky move, because if this whiffs, my guy will just... God darn it! Oh, my lord. Really? 1 in 3 chance. What are the odds? Well, they're 1 in 3, actually. Alright, Warsong Commander needs to sit tight. We're going to kill off the most valuable creature. Oh, my god. The fact that it hit my guy really sucks. I would have loved to pick off one of these creatures. Balls! Well, we're just going to do this, I think. There's a bit of a downside to this play, which is that the Amani Berserker can get enraged against my Squire, but I'll accept it. Oh man, that's actually really bad, because then it kills my Knight too. That was probably a mistake. But I didn't have anything else to do other than, I guess, draw cards. Oh, does he have a Holy Nova? Well, if he has a Holy Nova, at least he's not getting enraged against my stuff. Okay, so that just happened. Yeah, this opening didn't really work out very well for me, did it? Sea Giants is not playable. This is not playable. Oh, freaking hell. Well, I think I have to play this. That's the only thing I can do. I mean, I could have cycled that for a card, I suppose, but technically my Warsong Commander lives, so my opponent's going to have to work for it. And when you're behind, you got to make your opponent work for it. He needs some kind of a buff on this or something to kill off my Warsong Commander. He friggin' has it! Damn it! Ah, shit. Wow, this game, my opponent just had everything he needed to restab. There's nothing more to say. I'll play my Giant and see what happens. I mean, he can even kill this now with this Amani Berserker. Notice how good this 2-drop is. It's doing crazy damage and letting him have a pretty good answer against the Sea Giant here. He's gonna Thought Steal my stuff. It's fine. Oh, man, this game was so annoying. I've had a couple of annoying games against Priests recently. Oh my god, did he really just do that? Did he really just do that? Well, my opponent gives me a little bit of a break. He heals his creature, which unenrages it. So that catches me a lot of slack. Now he has to work for it to kill this giant. Wow, that... I mean, if he loses this game, which he might not, because he might just be able to race me down. If he loses this game, it'll be entirely because he unenraged that guy for no reason. Okay, I could play one Stormwind Champion, or I could play 2 creatures. I think 2 creatures is better than 1 here, so let's draw a card. Let's pass me that Arclight Spanner, and we're going to do the Dark Iron Dwarf here. It's important to stop these guys from enraging against my thing. We'll kill off the wolf. I think that is the most important creature there. It's adding 4 extra damage. So these guys can't enrage against anything, but we're in mind control territory, of course. He has the fucking mind control, because of course he does. God damn it. Oh, man. Can't catch a break this game. I just can't catch a break. Well, I'm going to have to 2-for-1 into this. I could top deck Execute, which would be very fortunate. He's just 2-for-1ing like crazy, and he's bringing me down. Oh, man, look at that. Shattered Sun Cleric. I need 1 more mana. If I had 1 more mana, I could Shattered Sun Cleric and Stormwind Champion, and I could actually kill this thing off. As it is, I'm going to have to actually get hit by that giant that I used to own. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is play Battle Rage, and then drop another card, kind of depending on what it is. Oh, you know what? Well, no, if I had Battle Rage first, this thing wasn't damaged. Shoot. This is the wrong one. I needed Execute, and I got Whirlwind. Damn. But if I had these cards to start with, I could have actually buffed this thing twice and attacked into the Sea Giant. Maybe I should have Battle Raged first anyway. Oh, it's hard to say. Well, what we'll do here is we'll just put more stuff on the board. So I'll do this, and I'll do that. Okay. This creature... Oh, boy, that creature swapping bug really screwed me. Because that actually is like might cause me to lose the game, because since the... shut up. Since he's thinking I think I made a mistake, but that was a bug. I dropped the wolf in the middle, but it switched around, and now this guy only deals 5 damage rather than 6. Holy Nova kills off my wolf anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. He's gonna Mind Vision. Oh shit! If he got a Whirlwind, that would be very bad, because that would kill off both my creatures. But these are also bad because it's just bad no matter what here. Crap. Ball sacks. Ah, man, this game was so dumb. This game was so dumb. I can't even take how dumb this game was. Well, I'm down to 5 health. Is there any way that I can even live? I think so. I think if I play this... Oh, stupid bug. Whirlwind, unfortunately, doesn't quite do enough to let me kill this giant with just 1 creature. But I think it's worth it to pop the Divine Shield in any case. So we'll just do a Whirlwind. We'll... do I Fireworks or Armor Up? If I Fireworks, go down to 2 health. Sure, whatever. We're desperate. Might as well just play balls to the walls here. And we'll 2-for-1. So that, him having a Mind Control there was incredibly good. Notice, by the way, how if Mind Control had been nerfed, I would have probably won this game. So post Mind Control nerf, I would have won this game easily, I think, because we just now got up to 10 mana. He wouldn't have been able to steal my Sea Giant, and it would have made all the difference. Well, he's got 4 cards with which to kill me. Holy Smite would do it quite nicely. That is threatening to do it as well. My Stormwind Champion actually doesn't quite deal enough damage to this Archmage. If I had drawn an Execute instead of a Whirlwind, that would also have done it for me. So, yeah. This game just kind of sucked, is what I'm trying to say. Arcanite Reaper does not save me here, so my only hope is to razzle-dazzle him and hope he doesn't notice that this Archmage can kill me. There's a chance he will kill off my Stormwind Champion instead of killing me. It's a small chance, but it's possible. There is at least... Okay, there's one game on this channel where my opponent actually did have a way of killing me. It was a bit complicated, but he had it, and he missed it, and I ended up actually winning the game. This opponent seems, however, to have noticed the fact that he wins. Well played. It's nice to know that the only reason I lost that game is because Mind Control hasn't been nerfed yet. It's possible, of course, he could have won anyway with other cards, but... since that's the play he chose, it means it was the best play. So had Mind Control been nerfed, he would have had to make an inferior play, then I would have kept my Sea Giant around, and I would have won that game pretty easily, I think. I think, given how much pressure I was able to put on him in spite of him stealing an 8-8, or I guess it was an 8-6, I probably would have won the game had he not had that move. So anyway, it was a good game. It's a good game. I can't wait for Mind Control to be nerfed, is the lesson learned from that game, and we're ready to move on. It's possible that I would have been able to win with some slightly better plays there, but... especially like how I handled those Berserkers early on might not have been the most perfect. So there definitely were some misplays made as well. Okay, we're up against a druid. Still no mages. We're Untitled Druid. Nice name. I feel like my chances against a druid should be pretty good. We'll send back the Rampage. God, I can't say that word normally. There's two cards in Hearthstone whose names I cannot say normally. They are Rampage and Moonfire. So let's see what happens. We got all of our quality cards here. Really all I'm hoping for is the druid, that the druid does not have removal. Or really a slow start on his part would also be good. Uh-oh. Well, coin and Raptor. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trade the Direwolf Alpha, or try to anyway. I'll offer to trade the Direwolf Alpha for that thing. So I'm kind of losing the buffing potential of this wolf and just treating it as a 2-2 that kills his 3-2. Hopefully. He's used his coin, so no Shattered Sun Cleric. He's actually going to trade for me. That's awesome. And play a Panda. Well, what I'm going to do here is a bit risky. Well, it's not exactly risky. I could play the Frothing Berserker. Now, the issue there is that the Panda plus the hero ability would kill off the Berserker easily. I could try to be greedy and instead, let's say, play the Injured Blade Master, let it just trade into the Panda raw, and then save the Arathi Weaponsmith. Because, like, if I could play the Arathi Weaponsmith and just use the axe to kill this, that'd be great. No, you know what? Screw it. We'll do this. This forces him to do it. You spend his entire turn killing my Frothing Berserker because he has to use the hero ability. And then next turn, you know, we'll just play the Warsong Commander probably onto an empty field and see if it sticks. Oh, okay, never mind. I take it all back. We'll be playing the Weaponsmith for sure. Precise move of my opponent. He attacks first so that he takes less damage. He would have taken like 2 extra damage if he had attacked first with the Panda. Real back and forther here. We'll hang on to that Berserker. We'll use the axe to kill off the Leper Gnome. Okay, so what do we got here? He's got 5 cards, I've got 5 cards. One of my cards is on the board, and I also have a weapon, so I'd say that I came out ahead in the opening. The game is not even close to over, of course, but I would say, come out ahead, thanks to this Arathi Weaponsmith. 5 mana is awkward. I'd actually rather play the Archmage than like the Warsong and the Berserker, just because whatever he plays at 4 mana is likely to make the Berserker and the Warsong Commander kind of puny. But we'll see. Notice how good it is, by the way, that I'm seeing like actual creatures rather than, you know, my wacky warrior spells. It's just nice to have actual creatures. Okay, what is he doing? Ah, he's gonna hit this. So what that does is it stops the Weaponsmith from being able to kill the Berserker. Now they trade, so that was a pretty fair move. What I could do is I could play the Warsong Commander and my own Berserker, run my Berserker in, get it enraged, and then finish it off with the axe. Or alternatively, hit it with the axe and then trade my Berserker for his Berserker. Is that worth it? Or should I just play the Silverhand Knight, trade these creatures, and call it a day? I think I'm just going to play the Silverhand Knight. By delaying the Warsong Commander, I increase the potential of this card. Like I could play it and the Blade Master now, for example, and turn it into kind of like into a sort of Urgent Commander, but without the Divine Shield is basically what that would be. 4/3 with charge. Plus I keep this axe around as well, which might be relevant. On turn 4 he played a Berserker. Like that clearly means he didn't have any Chillwind Yetis, he didn't have any Sentient Shield Masters, no Silvermoon Guardians. He just played something that died. He must not have had any good 4-drops. Now, he could have a good 5-drop, of course. Druid of the Claw is great. Fen Creeper would be good here. But I've got some good plays myself. So I think I'm doing alright here still. Still ahead on cards. Equal in life. We'll see what happens. I'm a bit screwed in 3 turns because I don't have my Execute yet, which means Ironbark Protector does a number on me. However, if I can keep board control and keep adding creatures to the board, I will be ahead. Alright, he's going to play the Taunting version, which is very smart. It stops me from being able to use Rampage this turn, but I can still kill it with my Knight and my Axe and still have all of my mana for the turn. So I've basically got 2 options. I can either use the Warsong Commander and then the Blade Master. And then the Blade Master will swing for 4, and I'm threatening to use Rampage on it the following turn to make it into a 7/6, which is kind of ridiculous. Or I could play the Blade Master and the Rampage and make it a 7/6 on my turn and say, what now, bub? Druids are not the greatest at dealing with a 7/6. It so happens. Well, I'm going to trust my instincts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this thing off, and I am going to just do the Warsong Commander plus the Blade Master. This puts more creatures onto the board. It puts more creatures onto the board, And if he has a Wrath, here's the thing. He's going to use the Wrath on this, because this is the card that wins games. He doesn't know that I'm planning to just put Rampage on this thing. He thinks I've just got big stuff back here. And, I mean, it's totally correct. You kill the Warsong Commander in this circumstance. You do not kill the Blade Master, obviously, because you don't want your opponent's creatures to charge. It's going to make a 4/9 with Taunt, which means my stuff still charges, interestingly. I cannot play this and Rampage, unfortunately, but I think this might be the play anyway. I can actually play the Berserker. That would make this cost 5. I can play the Berserker and this. Swing in, throw in my Squire, save Rampage for another day. Yeah, we'll do that. I think it's important to have this on the board because we are coming up on... Whoa! Turn order matters. We are coming up on Ironbark Protector territory, and having this on the field makes Ironbark Protectors a lot less scary. So we'll throw in the Squire, of course. We'll swing for actually a lot of damage here. This is 8 damage. It's not a joke. Okay, now I'm wildly ahead here. I'm as wildly ahead as Mark of the Wild is wildly good. I don't know what happened there. Alright, I can see that's a pretty reasonable decision. Alright, Untitled the Druid goes down pretty strongly. I think this deck is pretty good against Druids because it has a lot of big stuff. And Druids are not good against big stuff. The only way that a Druid can really counter big creatures is by playing its own big creatures, and I really had the drop on him there. Ah, man, I never got to use Rampage, but notice how it was really great with that injured Blade Master, because the Blade Master was already damaged, so Rampage was going to work with it regardless. And that's something I've said before, but maybe I'll put this down into Papa Boris's Book of Hearthstone Proverbs. Ooh, that's a good name for it. Papa Boris's Book of Hearthstone Proverbs, or just... Papa Boris's Book of Proverbs. It's kind of implied that it would be about Hearthstone, wouldn't it? Plus, not putting Hearthstone in the title of the book would kind of open it up, because what if I play other games in the future? And I want to add more Proverbs to the book about those games. Yeah, so Papa Boris's Book of Proverbs, don't dismiss, or don't discount the value of 2-card synergies in the arena. Dact the Shaman. I feel pretty good against Shamans as well, because their only answer to big stuff is Hex, and that is just 1 card. I think this all needs to get mulliganed. I'm not going to keep a 4-drop around, and Whirlwind could be totally useless for all I know, so let's hope we get some earlier plays. A Fiery War Axe would be nice. Monty Berserker would be nice. Yeah, okay, that hand is terrible. This is actually really awful. I might just lose because this hand sucks so bad. Well, my first hand sucked so bad, and my replacement sucks as well. I don't think there's much value in coining this thing out. If this killed totems, I would have coined it out, but since it doesn't, it just seems kind of pointless to use the coin that way. We'll see if this thing can survive the turn, and if it can, then I can coin out a Dark Iron Dwarf and buff it up on turn 3. There's a wolf. That's actually nice as well. I might not need to use the Dark Iron Dwarf. Now, what I could do if he has a very tame turn 3 play, like say if he just makes like another totem, if he doesn't use Shattered Sun Cleric to make this thing kill my Novice Engineer, I could actually bump the Novice Engineer against the Searing Totem, make it a 1/1, and then Rampage it up to be a 4/4, which is not the most impressive use of Rampage, but it is a potential use. Ooh, he's going to Totem? Is he? Actually, a Flame Tongue Totem would be really good as well. That would let the Totem trade for my Engineer. We'd come out even because this drew a card and this was a free Totem. Alright, he's going to make a Totem, which is fine. This gets the Healing Totem. Anything else for 1 mana? He's taking a while fingering his cards, like maybe he's got like a Forked Lightning in there, and he's thinking about how juicy it would be to be able to play it. Lightning Bolt on a Novice Engineer. Well, little does he know that was absolutely the correct play there. I mean, I don't know if it was the objectively correct play, but it really screws me up because I don't have anything good to do anymore. Ugh, it's terrible. Can't play the deckhand, it'll just die to the 1/1 Totem. Can't coin out a Dark Iron Dwarf because I'd have to buff one of his totems up. Yeah, that was good. I mean, if I had had the Novice Engineer here still, I would have been able to kill off one of his totems, put Rampage on it, and that would have been really great. So we're going to have to play the Wolf, which is highly unimpressive. That would have actually let me kill his Healing Totem. Oh my god, that was really annoying that he chose to... I mean, props to him. He took Overload and used a spell to kill a creature that had brought a card with... that gave me a card when I played it down, and that was absolutely the correct decision. Alright, so he's still killing my shit, which is really irritating. I really need a Fiery War Axe here to kill off this Flame Tongue. Oh my god! I actually got it. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're going to do this. And I have to think carefully because I'm actually tempted to kill this thing so I can actually play the South Sea deckhand. I would love to be able to play, like, a creature here. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to just armor up and accept the fact that this is going to be the slowest start of all time. So my opponent also had a fairly slow start. I mean, he played stuff. but he didn't like really put much board presence on, considering this is turn 5, and all he really put on the board was like totems and another totem. Yeah, there's a tiger. Still can't play my Dark Iron Dwarf. South Sea Deckhand is pointless. This guy is pretty sucky. Balls. I think I'm going to play the Squire. And think, do I want to use the Fiery War Axe to kill this totem? The reason for that is I want to be able to kill off this tiger after he uses the tiger to kill off my Silverhand Knight. So we're going to pass the turn here. Man, the Searing Totem ended up being incredibly good for him. Damn it. Oh, that Lightning Bolt on the Novice Engineer was such a good move. A lot of people would not make that move, using Lightning Bolt on such an unimpressive creature and going down a card in the process, essentially. Well, it's not really going down a card, it was like accepting card disadvantage by doing that. The Sea Giant could actually be playable next turn. Let's say he kills this costs 7 mana, then he makes a totem or something. This might actually be playable. We'll see what happens. Flame Tongue Totem. That lets the Searing Tongue trade for my Squire. God damn it! Oh, he keeps having, like, all the perfect plays that he needs. That is so irritating. Okie dokie. Is he even gonna kill my creature? I don't think he is. He might just go for the nope. He's not doing that. He's not that crazy. Okay, well I have execute for this, which is nice. It means I don't have to take a bajillion damage to the face. Let's think very carefully. I could actually make a Sea Giant. Unfortunately, that would require me... Oh, no. No, I can play South Sea Deckhand. Ahaha. This would then cost 6 mana. Coin out the Sea Giant after that. And then I could use a South Sea Deckhand to kill this thing, use the Fireworks to kill that thing. I have an 8/8 versus a 3/3. I mean, that's one option. That's one option. Another option is Fiery War Axe this thing, use Execute on this, use South Sea Deckhand plus the Dark Iron Dwarf to kill that. And you know what? I'm going to choose that move because that just leaves him with fewer creatures on the board, and I think that feels safer. Now, order is incredibly important here. So first we have to play the South Sea Deckhand. And then I need to play the Dark Iron... Actually, I don't need to use the Dark Iron Dwarf. I can use the Shattered Sun Cleric, can't I? Is that better? If I use the Shattered Sun Cleric, what would that allow me to do? It wouldn't really allow me to do much, would it? I mean, it spends less mana. What else am I doing with the mana? Nothing? Okay, we'll just then buff this guy up. Then we attack there. Because he only has charge when I'm holding onto a weapon. Then we heal the Flame Tongue, and then we execute the Tiger. And then we pass the turn. Okay, so what's going on here? He's got 5 cards to my 5 plus a coin. I have the board presence. He's got a 10 life advantage. Anyone's game here. Absolutely anyone's game. It all depends on how good his cards are. My cards are... yeah, they're okay. They're not great. I don't know how good this is. This could be bad. Well, alright, could have been worse. Okay, let's see what we get here. So, oh man, I have so many options. I could Shattered Sun Cleric, hit that thing, rampage it up. That leaves me with 2 mana. If I play the Shattered Sun Cleric, this thing costs 5. I would have 4 mana. I could actually play the Shattered Sun Cleric on this, coin this out. That seems really good. I can actually play this. Oh my god, I could play this and coin out the Sea Giant and then have him charge. Then the disadvantage of that move is I get to swing for 8, but unfortunately that also means that my Dark Iron Dwarf will die. Now I could Shattered Sun Cleric and just not play the Sea Giant this turn. I could then play Stormwind Knight. That would let me kill off more of his stuff, but how much of a threat is this stuff really? I don't know if it's that much of a threat. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Shattered Sun Cleric, buff my Dwarf. And yeah, I can't kill everything that he has anyway. But you know what? I'm gonna make the Giant because even if I kill one of his Murlocs, the other one can still kill my Dwarf. So it's not like I could have saved the Dwarf. Since I couldn't save the Dwarf, I didn't feel like it was worth passing up a chance to put an 8 into play just to play this guy. So now one of these 4 cards has to be a Hex, pretty much, or like a big game Hunter. Or else he's going to fall very far behind here. 20 health is not at the point where a Shaman could really threaten to burn me out. Fire Elemental, very good card. It's going to finish off that thing, which is reasonable. Alright, let's see if he flips a Taunt Totem. That's the one he really wants right now. He got the Taunt Totem. Well, that sucks. Wrathy Weaponsmith is kind of perfect here. What I think I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to play... I really wish I could play those, that, and Rampage, but I can't. Yeah, I think I need to play the Arathi Weaponsmith here. I guess it and the Storm Knight would have been pretty equivalent. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to use the weapon... Oh, no, wait. Papa Boris says damage on your face is less valuable than damage on your creature. So I'm going to preserve my creature's health, use my face to kill this Murloc. I think my health is high enough. I can still do that. We'll kill the Fire Elemental. Now I'm vulnerable to a Lightning Storm. It's a coin flip whether it kills these. With a spell damage totem, both of these would die, and then he'd probably win the game, I think. I think if he gets to kill these off right this turn, he will win. Oh man, it's the card he just top decked. He's looking at it. Lightning Storm is basically what he needs, but it's really the only card I can think of a Shaman having that would let him come back in this game. Otherwise, I'm at a huge advantage. All right, he's going to totem up, flipping for spell damage. Please don't be spell damage. It's not spell damage. Thank you. Core Hound. Wow. Well, it's a good drop for him, actually. I pretty much have to trade my Sea Giant in for that, I think. I mean, I could like 2 for 1 to keep my Sea Giant. Is that worth it? Is it worth it to 2 for 1 in order to keep the Sea Giant around? So I can put Rampage on it? I mean, if he had a Hex, he would have used it. If he had a Lightning Bolt, he would have used it. I think he would have even used Forked Lightning if he had it. It's putting all my eggs in one basket, but he clearly doesn't have an answer to it. So maybe I should just use up my inferior creatures to kill this and get use out of Rampage. Okay, we're gonna use the Amani Berserker, I think. So let's keep that Axe Head, I think, for now. We'll do this. We'll trade these into the terrible Core Hound, which is terrible. We'll put Rampage on my Sea Giant. Swing for 11. And my life total's high enough, I don't think I need to armor up yet. We'll just swing for 2 more damage for honor. Okay, well, let's see if he top decks an answer to this. He needs like a Lava Burst, or a Hex, of course, would also do it. But I'm pretty sure he hasn't had any answers to this before, so, I mean, he needs it now or else he's really screwed.
I'll put it on your...
Alright, he's going to drop an Innocuous Panda here. This is actually a very good card right here, because it kills my Sea Giant off, unfortunately. 11 plus 4 is 15. Oh, hang on, 17. I actually have lethal at the moment. Uh-oh. Ah, he's going to taunt up. Actually, that was one of the best Sun Fury protectors I think I have ever seen. That deserves a well played. I'm not saying I'm going to kill him. I just think it was a really well played taunter. Well, can I win here? Let's think about this. I don't think so. I mean, I say I throw these 2 creatures in, and I use my axe to kill this. 11 plus 5 is 16. I don't think it's really worth it. Let's just trade that for that. Trade. Oh wait, I think I can take another damage. We'll use the axe on that. Let's armor up. 11 plus 4 is indeed 15 damage. We'll definitely hit him with the 11. This thing's actually kind of annoying to kill. What we'll do is hedge our bets. I'll hit that and kill him. Hit him with my War Song. If you're wondering why I did that, it was so that he didn't have damage on the field to take out my War Song commander. Because basically now he has to kill the Sea Giant, but if he kills the Sea Giant and leaves this alive, then my incoming creatures have charge and I'm almost certain to win. The only way that I wouldn't win is if I drew like a spell of some sort.
I'll put it on your...
Oh my god, he has another... That deserves another well played. Please don't play it back too fast or the game will crash. Okay, good. So he gets a couple more taunts here. Interesting choice to put taunt on both. If he just put taunt on the panda, he would have drawn a card, but I guess he might not really have the luxury of doing that because he's just trying to not lose. You know what? I think I win now because I drew a creature basically, so we'll just, it doesn't really matter where I put that. We run... Wait, I need to actually first use my new creature, otherwise I'll lose charge. We'll do this, 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 and then the Sea Giant goes to the distance, and we win. Alright, well, I will be honest, it is lucky, of course, that I drew, or that I saw in my draft 2 Sea Giants. If you're wondering, like, wow, Papa Boris is really lucky this game, he's seeing the Sea Giant all the time. It's not exactly that I'm lucky seeing it, it's the fact that I have 2 of them, so my odds of seeing it in any given game are actually kind of high. When you have 2 cards that are the same in a 30-card deck, you have a 75% chance that you'll see at least one of them in your first 15 cards, so the top half of your deck. And you'll, if the game goes a reasonable length, you will flip through at least half of your deck in the game. So it's pretty likely that you'll see it. Torsten the Druid. Again, I could lose to a Druid. I could lose to any class, but I do like playing against Druids. So Whirlwind is potentially a combo with the Berserker, but I actually don't think it's worth keeping here because it makes the Berserker go down to 2 health. It's pretty vulnerable there. I don't think I want to turn that on, so we'll just pass this back. Dark Iron Dwarf, I'll flip it. I'll flip it back, see if I can get a 3-drop here. Well, I didn't get a 3-drop, but I did draw Rampage and another 2-drop, which is fine. So nothing on turn 1. We'll see what happens on turn 2. Looks like he's got a coin play. Okay, it is. Innervate. Uh-oh. Shit. Well, it's a 4-mana creature. That's a little bit... Oh, fuck me. Well, this is what druids are good at. I don't know what to do now exactly. I think I'll play Novice Engineer, draw a card. I don't know what to do. I think I just might lose this game. Turn 1 or turn 2 Chillwind Yeti is one of the best things that you can do with ramp as a druid. So sometimes you just have these games and you just lose, and that's all you can do. I cannot play Dark Iron Dwarf. That would be awesome, so I could kill this thing. I can't damage this to put Rampage on it. I could do this to try to distract him, but the problem is he can kill both creatures pretty easily. I'm gonna do this. I think it's important to distract him and stop him from swinging at me. Plus, you know, if he's crazy and lets this live for some reason, not that I think that will happen, then I could like swing with the Dark Iron Dwarf and catch back up. Oh man, that sucks. I hate losing a game to that, but and that's just what happens in Hearthstone sometimes. I still would rather lose a game to this than to lose a game because I got paired up against a mage. It's kind of sad. At 5-1, I now go to 5-2, so it's a little bit scary. The success of my arena is on the line, but I might have been able to beat the priest who beat me with better play. So you know, it's not like entirely luck's fault that I will lose if I do in fact lose. Oh my god. He's got a 2/7 here, with taunt no less. He's gonna rampage it up, turn it into a 5/6. I need Execute. That's pretty much the only card that will save me here, and I don't have it. Let's draw a card to maximize my odds of seeing Execute. I still don't see it. Yeah, this game is just, you know, freaking awful is what it is. I mean, I really don't know what I don't think there's anything I could have done there. Chillwind Yeti number 2. Okie doke. This thing costs 1 mana too much for me to be able to play it. He's just ignoring me and swinging for the face now. A fact for which I cannot blame him. I got really nothing here. I don't even know. We'll do this. And this. I really don't see any reason to throw my creatures into that. It doesn't even kill it. We'll just let him decide what he wants to do. He can get me down to 4 health. I mean, at this point, a swipe will actually kill me. Fuck everything, man. What a dumb game. I mean, gotta give him props for drafting good cards and for drafting Innervate. I think he has the kill or something close to it. Bite, okay. Well, I'm not gonna give him a well played. I didn't concede fast enough. That was fucking retarded. Well, it happens. It happens. I don't think there's anything I could have drafted or anything I could have done to not lose that game horribly. I like how that happened right after I was saying I was pretty happy to see a druid. I will qualify. I'm happy to see a druid, except for a druid who plays a Chillwind Yeti on turn 1 thanks to Innervate. Damn! Oh, it's so annoying. So 5-2, it would just be the perfect arena here if I saw a mage and then lost, because it's a mage. So the priest, I would say, beat me fair and square. The druid just sort of wiped the board with me. If I don't see a mage, if I just see like a normal opponent who doesn't do anything wacky, then I'll be pretty happy, because it means my odds with this deck of beating just a random deck are pretty good. Okay, priest, rule 149, that's fine. Priests are pretty good at dealing with big creatures. They can shadow word death them. They can also mind control them, but this is a good starting hand. Okay, we have a curve here, 1, 2, 3. That does mean it would be better to be first than second, but I'm fine with it nevertheless. We'll probably play this on turn 1, unless he, I don't know what he could play on, I'm not sure what a priest would play on turn 1 that would make me not want to play a South. Oh yeah, Northshire Cleric, right. Yes, if you played a Northshire Cleric, I would not play a Southsea deckhand. This, Alright, I'll take a little bit of a risk. We'll play the Wolf. This is a bit greedy. I'm trying to kill this with value. He's the first player, so no coin for him. Oh man, does he actually have a buff? Damn it. Oh, yeah, well. Power Word Shield, I see. Okay. That was actually probably the ideal outcome, though, because now what I get to do is play Heroic Strike, kill this thing. He has not gone down a card, because Power Word Shield drew him a card, so it was just me trading a removal spell for his 1-drop, but I think that was still a really good outcome for me. On my next turn now, if he plays something with 3 toughness, I can use Shattered Cleric and trade this wolf into it, or he can do that. Okay. Well, that makes this pretty much unplayable. I don't want this just to die to the Panther. The Shattered Sun Cleric is an interesting move. Or the Blade Master. All the stuff dies to this Panther. But let's go ahead and do Shattered Sun Cleric. It does a couple of things. It deals an extra damage. It increases my board presence more than the Blade Master would have. And it really forces him to trade the Panther into something he probably doesn't want to trade the Panther for. Usually when you play a Panther, you're hoping to trade up into something. But here he's just trading it in for a random card. Okay, there's Shadow Word Pain. Fine. He's going to trade it for my Shattered Sun Cleric and heal up. So neither of us is really able to get ahead in this opening. We're both sort of trading everything up. Whirlwind is kind of useless here. No real point in playing the Warsong Commander. I mean, I could play it and... yeah, actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this. My South Sea Deckhand, who has charge, will swing. So now my opponent needs another removal spell or some other form of disruption for this Warsong Commander. Otherwise, my Blade Master will have charge, which would be very annoying for my opponent to deal with. Harvest Golem doesn't do it. And that also doesn't do it. Perfect. Okay, great. Cruel Taskmaster. Well, we're definitely playing this. That's definitely a thing that we're doing. So I can kill off this Golem, and then Whirlwind would finish it off. The issue is that the Whirlwind would then also finish off the injured Blade Master, tragically. I could buff something with... okay, here's what well, shoot. No matter how I do this, I'm going to be super vulnerable to a Holy Nova, unfortunately. I could ignore his stuff. It's pretty much the only way to avoid that vulnerability. Damn. Do I really want to open myself up that much to a Holy Nova? Alright, we'll do like this. We'll do that. And I'm gonna do this. And I think I will actually 2-for-1 into that Crocolisk. So now Holy Nova is pretty ineffective, and he's in the same problem as he was before, where he needs removal for this. He didn't have it last time, so he probably doesn't have it this time either. Oh, he has it this time. Ah, Spellbreaker. That's a pretty good answer. But it looks like, luckily for me, I'll be able to trade my Blade Master in for this Spellbreaker. What I'd really like is some kind of a creature. Unfortunately, I don't really get anything good. Well, I could actually run this in, play the Warsong, play the Mighty Berserker Whirlwind, and swing for lots. But then everything I have would die to a Holy Nova, so I don't really want to do that. Let's just go ahead and trade. Play Warsong Commander number 2, play a Berserker, swing, and swing. So, this is a bit scary because while I am safe from a Holy Nova, and I'm actually also safe from Mind Control, we're equal on cards. All I've really gotten against him is a life advantage. And I need to get some of my endgame beef here. I need one of my Giants, I need a Stormwind Champion. I need something, because shit's about to get real here. Not a chance. I drew another Chumper Nugget. Well, I think I have to kill this. I don't think I can let it live. So I'm going to play Whirlwind. And I'm going to trade in my Silenced guy. And my Enraged Berserker. So he goes ahead of me card-wise. Notice how he's got now 4 cards to my 2. The reason is I lost Whirlwind and I lost 2 creatures killing his 1 Ogre. I'm just really trying to buy time till I can draw my big stuff. Where is my big stuff? It's all in here. My Giants, my Stormwind Champion, my Archmage, it's all in here. He's actually going to take the Mind Control off my hands, or use Mind Control to take it off my hands to kill off my Warsong Commander, which is very smart. So it goes even further ahead on cards. I fucking have to use Battle Rage to cycle. Shattered Sun Cleric? Really? Well, oh my god, I'm going to lose this game because I just never drew any of my endgame. Oh, fuck. My early game wasn't quite good enough to get an advantage, and he's 4 cards ahead of me here. Wow, this sucks so much. What a strong deck, and what a bad performance by it. Just 5 wins, 1 shy of success. But I don't know what to do here. I mean, I'm just really, really far behind. Even a Sea Giant really wouldn't do it for me here. Well, I drew the Sea Giant, so we'll play it, but it's a little bit too late. Unless he has, like, literally nothing in his hand that can help him deal with this. this is really only going to be good for trading away 2 cards. And of course he has a Shadow Word Death, because of course he does. Dark Iron Dwarf. Man, what a dumb arena. God damn it. 5 wins with this deck. I don't know. I guess I lost that one game against the Priest. I got unlucky against the Druid. And then this other Priest beat me. I'll play this. This isn't doing anything for me, though. He can just stupidly trade 2 creatures in for it and still be 3 cards ahead. I don't know if there's any conceivable way that I can catch up at this point. I'll wait until I draw a bad card, and then I will concede. Alright, he gets even more ahead of me card-wise. This is probably what he just thought stole from me. Damn. I just had too much chump in that draw that game. Is there any way that I could have done this differently? I don't think there was. Well, maybe there was. I'd have to review it. Let me know in the comments if there was anything in the early game I could have done to avoid this desperate situation, but we're going to have to accept defeat here. This is, I think, one of like the strongest warrior decks I've ever had. Just so many good cards in it, and it just couldn't hold its weight against that priest. There's actually 2 priests who beat me. I saw no mages in this arena. I lost to 2 priests who just kind of overran me with better cards, and then the druid who played turn 1 Chillwind Yeti. And that was that. Golden shit card, 40 gold, okay. So frustrating. Well, we are going further and further into bankruptcy. I'm actually at this point... Oh, hey, a legendary! Look at that. That was a bit of a consolation, I suppose. We even got a new rare and a new common. Or, see, there's a legendary, so I got a new rare and a new common. I wonder what those were. Ah, yes, Golden Inner Fire. Right. Okay, we'll disenchant that. Some extra dust. I can make 4 legendaries here. Oh, Golden Wisp. I think I'll disenchant that. What else did I get that was new? Questing Adventure. Oh, I didn't have any of these? Huh. Well, look at that. I have one now. I can't disenchant this yet. I still need 1 more of them. I wish there was a button that would show you what was new. That would save a little bit of time. The Beast. Oh, right. Yes, the legendary I just drew. Awesome. So I think I now have 9 legendaries. Or 8. Shoot. I can't remember. Well, this is Papa Boris's Happy Fun Time bonus hour after all. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at how many legendaries I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7. Plus I have 2 class-specific ones. I have the Shaman one and the Potos. Ah, so I actually have 9 legendaries. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 33. I'm not counting Gelbin Mecha Suck here. So 9 out of 33, that's pretty good. Getting lots of dust. I'm getting close. Let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. We are going to be playing as Shaman, Druid, or Hunter. Well, might have to do Druid next time, see if I can redeem myself. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time.